What is your American dream?
My American dream is to have a combination of living in an urban environment with a lot of culture and beautiful things, but also being able to be around nature.
As someone who's not a Native American, the dream was to come here and do art and be creative and do it at a high level and have it seen by everyone out there, and it's definitely coming true.
I just want to do what I love and be able to make a living off of that.
American dream is like free, like everybody free, and then everybody friendly.
The American dream was to just come to the United States for a better and greener pastures, and I did achieve that.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. My name is Brad Bernstein. It is February 11th on a Tuesday. I am joined by the ever handsome, the ever debonair, multi-talented Yo-Yo Yonathan.
Thank you.
Baby boy, Dr. Yo-Yo.
Is in the building.
In the building. All of those and everything.
Yes. All
What's
of those
happening?
and more. I'm chilling.
You're chilling?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Why?
You're chilling, I'm shaking.
Okay, why are you shaking?
I don't know if anybody watched yesterday. We were talking about these drums outside.
Yes.
Okay, they're getting louder every day.
Maybe we should go interview them.
I don't know. Maybe we need to do something.
That would actually be good.
All day long, I'm listening to the drums. All day long.
Yeah, you could.
I can't handle it anymore.
I could hear it right here.
That's it. That's exactly what I'm listening to.
I was like, wait.
That is exactly what I am listening. I can't handle because it's right outside my office. There's a protest.
I thought they
if
made
anyone
their way
comes by,
to
if anyone comes by our
room.
office at 225 Broadway, there's a protest that's been going on for one straight month now.
Yeah.
And they're getting louder and louder every day. And I really, really want to support them. I really, really do. But they're making me nervous now with all their banging.
They got you all jittery.
They got me all jittery. They got Uncle Brad all jittery.
Yeah, that's not good. No bueno.
Yeah. All right. We're okay. Yeah. Let's say hello. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore.
What?
Let's say hello.
We just started.
We just started. Tell everybody what they need to do. I forgot to say hello to the Brad Squad. Truth Serum, hey, squad up. Jean Love, how are you? Baccarat Pobby, squad up. Nina got Pickney. Haven't seen her all week. Mukhtar Darami saying Allah. H-A-L-A. Holla.
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 Say you gotta do it like that. Holla. Say it.
I am not going to say it and do it at the same time and embarrass myself. Tiny Eyes saying hi, everyone. Annie Palmer saying squad up. Cordella Douglas, what's going on? Jessica Levy, Marjorie Edwards Brown, popping in. Barbara Lord, Star Girl Mika is watching. Elizabeth Francis saying squad up. Tamika, Barbara, Jessica Levy, Joelle Christie, Shernette, Sophia Gray, Demois Romed, and Stargirl Mika, and she's going to continue. I think she's saying squad up to everybody in the Brad Squad. Christy Consali, what's going on? Tamika Nelson saying hello. Tulu Abadeo said, I was scheduled for my oath ceremony for my citizenship. I was then descheduled. We're going to get to that in a little bit. Hang in there. Stargirl Mika, I said hello. Latoya, his Forever Pitterson.
Yeah.
They are still together, obviously. Barbara Lord, a guy by the name of Yonathan Elias, Lisa Bling Rose saying hello. And Roots Anderson says hello, my live television. Hello, my live television.
I love it.
Back it up, Ricky, on YouTube. What's going on? Jessica Leamy, double fisting. I see you double fisting. I don't know if she's on Instagram. We're going to find out in a little bit. Donald Horton saying good evening to everybody. Max Santos, Kamisha Theowell, squad up. Ja Love saying hello to everybody. Da Forbes is in the house. Sonny Chowdhury, how can I call you during the show?
You better call now.
Yeah. Well, you call now, and you pick up your phone, and you dial 1-800-529-5465, or if you are out of the country, 1-212-227-3636, or 8933. I gave the wrong number. 3636 is for my main office number.
Yes.
The number to call on our show is outside of the country +1 212-227-8933. Marissa Brown saying hello. Tally, I said Cordella Douglas. Noreen Shadaz with a question. We'll get to you in a little bit. And Kamisha Theowell, I said Daniel Kadalis. Dwayne Gordon. And the Accent YouTuber. That's new.
Yeah.
And on Instagram.
IG.
Smiley BJ. That always sounds good, right?
Yeah.
You have a dirty mind, obviously.
Right.
Goldie66, how are you? For Lucier joined, Royalty from Creation joined us. Cordella Douglas, double fisting with the left foot. Yes, Baptist Hill is joined. Christy Consali may also be double fisting with the left foot. And Debbie Gibson said hello. Debbie Gibson from the 1980s.
Yeah, Debbie Gibson.
What was her song from the 1980s? You remember?
Man, yeah, she. Wait.
What was that? So Jilly would remember.
I know.
I think Jilly was a big Debbie Gibson fan. Jilly, what was Debbie Gibson's song?
It was one of those little girl songs.
Yeah, it was like a little bubblegum song, right? What was it? It's driving me crazy now.
Okay, I don't know. I got it.
It's Jamaican Me Crazy. You know that old joke, right?
Yeah. Only in my dreams.
Only in my dreams.
Yes.
That was it. Yes.
Yeah.
All right, Yonathan. In my dreams, in your dreams.
Yes.
You know what my dream is?
What?
That everybody shares.
Yes.
And that's only in my dreams. Apparently, it's in nobody else's dreams because they don't follow directions.
I feel like it's in their dreams.
But maybe it would be in their dreams. Why don't you ask them to do it, please?
All right, everybody. First things first, everyone on all social media platforms. So that means Facebook, everyone on Instagram, everyone on YouTube. I need you guys to first join the Facebook fan pages, the VIS or VIS. What is it? M? To some
very
people?
important squatty.
Yeah.
But according to Jessica Kalimi, it's very important squad member.
Yeah.
VISM.
So either VIS, VISM, you guys have to join this page because you guys will get different treats. All right, we'll be adding some videos on there. Yeah, it's a treat. I think it's a treat because you'll get stuff that everybody else won't be able to get. The first thing is, of course, you get a guaranteed answer if you're the first 5 to put in your question, no matter what time of the day it is. All right, so make sure you guys join that page. We'll accept all the people that request access to that VIS page. All right, so now let's follow Brad's dream. All right,
I have a dream.
Yes, what's the dream?
I have a dream that people share.
Yes, and that's
that
what I'm
people
saying.
take their thumb out, put it on an arrow, and share it to their friends and family. Why? Because I want to help as many people as I can. We're going to answer your immigration questions, and we're going to entertain you.
Exactly.
You know what? I have a dream to answer and entertain.
And that's what we do every day. All right, so in order for you guys to make sure that Brad's dream is actually met, so you guys are going to have to share. So click that little arrow that says share and share it to anybody's page, share it to an inbox. You can share it into a group, a private group, public group, whatever. If you know any cultural groups, those will always be good. And also tell them to share and also let them know that they should tell their friends and family as well because they might know people that need help or just want to enjoy a good time. All right, now also put all your questions in the comment section right now. Show your emotion by like, love, smiley face, wild face, mad face, laughy face, whatever you feel. Show us the love on the video, okay? Now on YouTube, first things first, I need you guys all to subscribe, all right? We're getting our subscriber count up. YouTube is blowing up and we need you guys to continue to make sure that that happens. So in order to do that is you also have to share this video on YouTube as well. And the best way to do it is just copy the link and send it through text message. You can send it to all your social medias, but most importantly, any text message app that you guys use, especially if you guys are over in different countries. WhatsApp is great. Viber is great. So use those as well and send it to your friends and family, anybody overseas that might need help. I need you guys to send that right now. It's best to send it through YouTube and then make sure you tell them to subscribe as well. Now on Instagram, we need you guys to also DM this video. You can easily just click one button and it'll share it to anybody you want to DM it to on your friends list, or even if you just know their name, you could put @ and then their name, and then it'll pop up. So make sure you guys send this through DM. And last but not least, for Instagram, we do have a competition going, and we will be picking the lucky winner tomorrow. All right, and this competition is for a free consultation worth $200 with Brad himself. And all you have to do is, you gotta look for this picture on Brad Show Live on Instagram. Everybody go on Instagram right now. If you have not done it, I did not see hundreds of comments. I should see hundreds of comments because you could easily win this. So go on this picture. You'll see this picture that's about to pop up. Go on Brad Show Live. It might not pop up. You might just see me. But it's an actual post that says that you can get a $200 value consultation with Brad himself. So all you have to do, this is the picture. Yes. Woo! Win a free consultation.
And we're gonna pull somebody out of our machine tomorrow.
Yes.
You got to tag 5 friends by 3 o'clock tomorrow, Yo-Yo, I believe.
Yes.
That's what Jenny from the Cubicle
By
told me.
3 o'clock. Last week you guys were asking what's the break-off time. By 3 o'clock tomorrow, you guys have to do it. So do it right now, since we're talking about it. Tag 5 friends, you get your name put in once. Tag 10 friends, twice. Tag 15 friends, 3 times, and so on. So you guys do that right now. And we are ready to schmooze with Brad.
All right, so a lot going on here, Yo-Yo. I have in my hand
Give it to me.
the top 180 stories of the day.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to talk about the dead birds that were caught at the airport in Atlanta, but I'm told
More?
that, what?
There are
In
more?
Dallas. No,
Da-
only that one time. But apparently it didn't make that top 180 stories. Instead,
Okay.
it appears at the moment that Amy Klobuchar is surprisingly in the lead in the New Hampshire Democratic primary.
Wow.
We'll see what happens. I think the polling places don't close for another few hours. So there's very few indicators right now. It's very, very fluid. As everybody knows, that was the midnight vote, but apparently it's still still going on. Obviously, the Democratic nomination in New Hampshire. But as everybody knows, in Iowa, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And in New Hampshire, at least the midnight votes, they were counting by hand. Now, this is the issue. This is the issue that the Democrats have, that I have at least, with all of this. Why, Yonathan, and maybe you can, I don't know if anyone's given thought to this. I give thought to this.
Okay.
I don't know if I haven't read anything about it, but I give thought to this. Why, if the Democratic Party is supposed to be a very inclusive party of minorities, black, brown, white, Latino, Asian, why are they choosing to have the first 2 contests to decide who's going to represent us, the Democrats, in the presidential election in the 2 whitest states? Why is that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Who decided this?
Right.
Okay. I mean, how many minorities live in? I know I've never been to Iowa.
I've not either.
Okay, but based on the caucusing I saw on CNN.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're not known for having a lot of minorities.
There's not.
there.
I didn't see any minorities.
Not saying
there.
that there isn't, but
Right.
I'm just saying, in my opinion, I've not heard of a lot.
And I've
out
driven
there.
through New Hampshire. Okay, and I'm the biggest minority in New Hampshire, Bernstein.
Wow.
Okay, so
Wow.
I don't understand why they do that.
Or do
And
we understand, but we just don't understand how they were able to
get away with
that?
Maybe
there
yes,
you go.
yes. So, and I believe what's going to happen eventually is, I don't know what's going to happen in New Hampshire. All right, they say Klobuchar is winning right now. Sanders is supposed to be winning because that's the neighboring state from Vermont.
Right.
Warren should be winning because she's from the neighboring senator from Massachusetts. I think, my personal opinion, it's going to come down to a fight between the very, very progressive liberal wing, which looks like it's going to be Bernie Sanders, and a fight for the more moderate position. And everybody thought it was going to be Joe Biden, but it looks like that's not happening. And people were thinking maybe it'd be Buttigieg, but he can't get minority votes. So he's winning in white states.
Right.
Okay. So maybe it's going to be Bloomberg. But Bloomberg has this problem with the stop and frisk that he's now come around and apologized for. So I don't know who it's going to be, but it's going to be one of those 3.
Yeah.
All right. Or maybe Klobuchar comes out of nowhere and then she's the moderate person. But eventually, it's going to be the one moderate versus the one very progressive. And that's going to ultimately be the choice. I don't know when we're going to whittle this one down.
Right.
We'll have to see. And we'll see who wins in New Hampshire today. I don't know. Meanwhile, Roger Stone, who is the dirty trickster in the Donald Trump campaign, he's the one who was supposedly communicating with Guccifer 2.0. Guccifer 2.0 was some Russian guy or a fat guy on his bed, according to Donald Trump. We don't know who Guccifer 2.0 was, but apparently Guccifer 2.0 was in touch with WikiLeaks, and WikiLeaks was the one who eventually got Hillary Clinton's emails.
Right.
And because he was in contact, and apparently there may have been some coordination, who knows? He certainly withheld information from Congress, and he was eventually arrested. You know, all of these people that Donald Trump were associated with, it's amazing. You know, Stone, both of his campaign managers, Manafort and Gates,
right.
His national security advisor, his personal attorney, Cohen,
all of them.
All not only indicted, but found guilty.
Yeah.
Found guilty of breaking election laws,
Yeah.
breaking tax laws. Everybody who's surrounded by Trump, yet he's done nothing wrong.
Right.
So now this guy,
It's ridiculous.
Roger Stone, he was the prosecutors in the case recommended 7 to 9 years, and in a 22-page filing, the prosecutors Yonathan Kravis, Michael Marando, Adam C. Jed, and Aaron Zelensky wrote that, consistent with the applicable advisory guidelines, would accurately reflect the seriousness of his crimes and promote respect for the law. That's what they feel. That's what the law says. He should get 7 to 9 years in jail for lying to Congress, tampering with witnesses,
Right.
and trying to rig an election
Right.
on behalf of Donald Trump, who did absolutely nothing wrong.
Please.
So Donald Trump today, he started tweeting. He said, "This is horrible and unfair situation. I cannot allow this miscarriage of justice to allow somebody who helped me cheat to win the election go to jail." I mean,
Right.
he didn't say that second sentence,
Right.
only the first sentence. He wrote, "It's disgraceful," because Roger Stone, according to Donald Trump, did nothing wrong. So now the Justice Department has decided that they are going to redo their sentencing memo, that Roger Stone really shouldn't go to jail. And in return, the prosecutors, the career prosecutors at the U.S. Department of Justice, all four resigned. All four resigned in the last hour or two. The lead prosecutor, Aaron Zelensky, he resigned from the case today after the Justice Department said it planned to reduce the recommended sentence for Stone. A footnote in Zelensky's court filing noted that the undersigned attorney has resigned, effective immediately. It was also announced that Adam Jed also resigned. All four have resigned.
Sheesh.
Because basically Donald Trump, because Michael Marando, everybody, because Donald Trump decided he doesn't want Roger Stone to go to jail. This is what happens when you give one man unfettered power.
Yeah.
And basically the Republicans in the Senate basically handed Donald Trump full power to do whatever he wants after this impeachment.
Yeah.
Because if he can rig an election with the Russians and basically have a special prosecutor, Mueller, say that basically he obstructed justice, Donald Trump, and perhaps he even colluded with the Russians, but because Trump's people were not allowed to come and testify, they didn't know for sure.
Right.
But certainly he obstructed justice, and the Republicans in the Senate do absolutely nothing about it. And then months later, after the Mueller report comes out, Trump tries to now rig the 2020 election by trying to get dirt on Joe Biden,
Right.
withholding federal funds, abusing his position of power as the President of the United States to further his personal gains over the gains of the United States of America and the people of the United States of America. And the Republican Senate says, we don't care, he can do it. Which basically comes down to what Donald Trump said in 2016, I could stand on Fifth Avenue and kill somebody, and I can get away with it. So he now knows he can do whatever he wants.
Right.
There is nothing that anybody will do or say that could prevent Donald Trump from doing what he wants,
That's
other
wild.
than in 8 months, the U.S. public voting him out of office.
Right.
And that is the only thing. Short of that, he can do whatever he wants. He doesn't want Roger Stone to go to jail because Roger Stone helped him cheat to get elected. Well, that's what happens.
Yeah.
And then prosecutors resign. So right now, the Congress, it's supposed to be 3 equal branches of government. We don't have 3 equal branches of government. What we have is a very weak Congress who cannot stand up to the President of the United States.
Yeah.
And a very, very strong president who can shoot somebody on Fifth Avenue and get away with it.
Get away with That's wild.
That is basically what we have going on right now. Now, to further this, okay, William Barr, who is the U.S. attorney, he's collecting information from Rudy Giuliani, Donald Trump's private lawyer, who was sent off to the Ukraine to get dirt on Joe Biden.
Right.
He's now collecting that dirt to go after what potentially could be the Democratic presidential nominee, although it doesn't look at it right now.
Right.
I don't understand how Rudy Giuliani, who himself is under criminal investigation, but nothing will happen
Right.
to this criminal investigation as long as Donald Trump is president, because Donald Trump won't allow it. But how a man who is under criminal investigation has unfettered access to the U.S. attorney and could just hand him information. I would like to call William Barr myself, Yo-Yo. And I would like to go take a trip to the Ukraine and get some information too, and hand it over to him,
Right.
and let them investigate. Why is Rudy Giuliani, who's just a general American, able to do this?
Right.
I would like to do this. And then when I'm done, I would like you to go to the Ukraine.
I'll go.
And then also do your own personal investigation there, and then walk in. I think everybody should be able to do that.
Right. Wow.
Meanwhile, during the State of the Union, Donald Trump said that his priorities would be making sure that there is a social safety net, making sure people who can't afford to live, to feed themselves, to house themselves, to provide medical care for themselves will be taken care of, because that's the American way.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, that's all bullshit. Because in his most recent budget proposal, he has cut more than 37%. 37%, $76 billion off of social safety net programs. Now, House Speaker Pelosi of California sent a statement less than a week after promising to protect families' health care in the State of the Union address. The president is now brazenly inflicting savage, multi-billion-dollar cuts to Medicare and Medicaid. Pelosi and fellow Democrats control the House, but it doesn't really matter because Trump's budget request has to go through the Senate as well. And just because the Democrats control the House, they have to negotiate with the Senate, so they can't, it'll be some sort of negotiation.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is basically Trump's opening offer. And then they have to negotiate with the House, negotiate with the Senate. So I'm sure there will be cuts, but maybe not to this level. I don't know. I do not know.
Jeez.
Meanwhile, Trump also said that he will make sure that America is completely safe from the coronavirus. Okay. However, he has cut in his budget proposal $3 million from the World Health Organization.
Wow.
The same organization that is supposed to be fighting worldwide the coronavirus. Because, by the way, viruses don't know borders. Last time I talked to a virus, okay, the virus said they don't need a border to cross.
Right.
Okay, they just cross it anyway. Okay?
It's blind.
Department of Homeland Security, all right, could not stop a virus. It doesn't matter how big they build that wall.
You can't tell Trump that.
All right. So, but meanwhile, he's cut $3 billion.
Wow.
Now, top lawmakers have quickly, as I said, slapped down the budget proposal. We'll see how it all adds up. But certainly that doesn't really jive with what he was saying in his State of the Union. And really, what it comes down to is, with Donald Trump, he likes to say that he's, he's making America great again.
Right.
But ultimately, what he's doing is it's basically, what's the word I'm looking for? He's basically trying to concentrate wealth in the wealthiest, with the idea that I don't know, I'm not an economist, with the idea that if you concentrate wealth in the wealthiest of people, they will spend money, they will hire people, and other people will also earn. I don't know. What I see is that the wealthy are getting wealthier.
That's all I see.
And the poorer are getting poorer.
That's all I see.
That's how I see. Now, here's some good news for African Americans. Yo-Yo?
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about this. Okay. The Black News Channel, which is the sole African American-led news network in the United States, has gone on the air this week.
Oh, nice.
Were you aware of this?
No.
Yeah, it's the Black News Channel. It debuted this week. It's the second week of Black History Month to fill what its founders called as a void in representation in national news. The network began broadcasting in select markets on Monday.
Okay.
It's a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week cable channel. Features only Black anchors dedicated to the unique perspective of the African American community. Now, according to its website, it will debut in majority African American markets, first including Atlanta and Los Angeles. Its aim is to reach 1 million households.
So not Iowa or New Hampshire, right?
I don't think Iowa, New Hampshire, they'll have a big, what is it, Nielsen rating over there? Is that, they still have Nielsen ratings?
I don't know,
is that what
probably,
it is? Yeah, Iowa. But isn't that very interesting, right?
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, why
that you brought that up. Now
nobody
I'm thinking
talks about it.
Yeah.
Uncle Brad thinks about it. But
that was a good
because
thing to think about.
Why is the two whitest states deciding the president?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Why?
Our country.
Meanwhile, Trump has proposed $2 billion to build 82 more miles of border wall.
Yes.
With the goal of completing 400 miles by the end of 2020.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now, congressional Democrats have criticized this spending priority, creating doubts about whether the funding would be approved as part of the bigger spending package. Now, House Appropriations Committee Chairman Nita Lowey said instead of prioritizing policies to strengthen our national security and bolster American leadership and values, the president once again proposes wasting billions of taxpayer dollars on an unnecessary and divisive border wall. I think the border wall is absolutely useless.
Of course.
It's going to stop absolutely nobody.
There you go.
It's going to cause misery, but you know the old saying, give a dog a bone? Mm-hmm. If I'm the Democrats, because you got to negotiate somewhere.
Right.
Let them build 80 miles of wall. What do I care? Give me an amnesty, all right? Give me back social safety net.
Yeah.
Give me environmental protections. There's a lot of things you could trade for an 80-mile wall that won't work.
Gosh, and that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. What
Could be
about
doing so much with
just
that.
give $1,000 to every American?
Seriously.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like Andrew Yang says, everyone should get $1,000.
Yeah.
Right?
Sick.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I don't know if you saw, but on January 29th, there was very high winds between the United States and Mexico.
Oh, no.
Caused by global warming. And it blew down the wall.
Oh, really?
Yes. A section of Donald Trump's much vaunted border wall, vaunted. I like that word, vaunted. Vaunted border wall between the United States and Mexico is blown over into the Mexican side in high winds. The steel panels, more than 30 feet high, began to lean at a sharp angle on the border between the California town of Calexico and Mexicali in Mexico, amongst high winds.
So
The wind blew it down. So what we have learned from Donald Trump's border wall.
Lord.
For $100, you can cut through it with we learned that about 3 months ago, right? For $100, you can go to Home Depot and buy a saw.
That will cut
right through it. Or if we get a lot of people to blow really hard.
Yeah,
we go
basically.
Like that, but we get a lot of them. It just can't be one.
You gotta get a lot.
We could maybe blow it over too.
The big bad wolf.
Now, luckily, Mexican authorities responded quickly and were able to divert traffic from the nearby street where the wall blew over. The panels were being retrieved from the Mexican side and being re-erected. Re-erected.
Right.
That sounds like a hump day story.
Yeah, that
re-erected.
is, yeah.
Customs and Border Patrol will work with the construction contractor to re-erect and mitigate the damage to the construction.
I wonder how much that costs.
Yeah. Now, billionaire Democrat presidential candidate Tom Steyer, who's going absolutely nowhere. Not exactly sure why he's in this election.
Yeah.
But here's his tweet about the border wall. He says, I own buildings. I'm a builder. I know how to build. Nobody can build like I can build. Nobody. And the builders in New York will tell you that I build the best product at real Donald Trump. Giving a little, right into Donald Trump.
Right.
All right. Meanwhile, also on January 29th, talking about the border wall, the Border Patrol agents in California announced the discovery of border tunnels. All right, because not only does the border wall fall down, not only can you cut through the border wall, but now you can dig under it as well.
Oh, gosh.
More than 1.5 miles of underground hallways secretly connected between the United States and Mexico. The entrance on the Mexican side for the tunnel originated in an industrial area close to the Otay Mesa port of entry border crossing, and it ends in San Diego, California. A second border wall made it all the way to Mar-a-Lago. A tunnel, no, it did not make it all the way to Mar-a-Lago. It stretched 3/4 of a mile, 4,309 feet to the United States, and the U.S. entrance was concealed near the set of warehouses near the same large border crossing. So they are building. What do you mean? Is what KFC? Jill is talking to me.
There's a KFC.
There's a KFC on the picture. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's very funny. So you go into the KFC and come out of the KFC.
Is that? Wow.
I think so. Yeah, that's really funny. So you go through the border tunnel and you leave with a bucket of chicken too.
Yeah.
So they feed you as you go through. Aaron Heike, the deputy chief of Border Patrol San Diego region, said in a statement that the high-level narco tunnel would have been used by transnational criminal organizations to move narcotics from Mexico to the United States.
Jeez.
But the point is that tunnels can be had.
Yeah.
Walls can be cut through. You can fly over them, climb over them.
Did you not think about all this?
Dig under them, cut through them. This is funny though.
Huh.
Jilly's wanted me to do this story for a few days now.
All right.
An Oxford University professor has created a patch infused with bacon to help people who become vegetarians cope with their meat cravings.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's called a meat patch, Yonathan.
What?
The idea is that people who are attempting to cut down their meat consumption can scratch the patch, which is infused with a scent of bacon, in order to release the smell, which can help trick the mind.
That would make me more hungry.
I'm going to tell you something. If you smelled like bacon and came in here, I would ask you to leave the studio, Yonathan. I'm like, Yonathan, you smell like bacon.
Yeah, that's kind of disgusting.
Oh, what happens if you walk down the street and all of a sudden like 20 stray dogs start chasing you,
Yeah.
right? Now, professor says that studies have shown that the scent can reduce food cravings. I disagree. Not me.
I would want it. Yeah.
I'm going to eat it.
I would want it more.
All right, I'd be like bacon.
Yeah.
I keep thinking about bacon.
Yeah.
Why am I thinking about because my arm smells like bacon.
Just talking about it now, I want some bacon. So imagine smelling it.
Yeah. Now, Professor Spence explained that when you wear the patch and scratch it, it produces a smell similar to that of cooked bacon.
Okay.
And this may help those who wish to refrain from eating bacon because they supposedly get their appetite sated by smelling the bacon.
Not I.
I don't know where this professor did his studies, but the last time I walked into a kitchen and I smelled something good, I want to eat it. I don't want to be like, I'm okay now. Thank you very much.
I feel like this professor it was a professor?
It was a professor.
I feel like he has his own brand of bacon.
Yeah.
Secretly that he's selling.
Now, the patch is being promoted by former UK dating TV show Love Island contestant and boxer Tommy Fury. You ever watch Love Island?
No.
My kids love Love Island.
Really?
Yeah, they love it.
Never watched it.
They say it's the best. They say the Love Island, the British version. Mm-hmm. I've never watched it because I can't handle those shows. Mm-hmm. But when I come home, my daughter and her friends all watch it.
Really?
And they say of all the dating and bachelor and bachelorette shows, that one's the best.
Wow.
I don't know. That's just from the Bernstein children household.
I mean, that holds a lot.
Yeah, so the UK dating TV show Love Island contestant and boxer Tommy Fury said on his Instagram story, I've been hearing a lot about this veganary, and I really want to try it. One of my New Year's resolutions was to cut back on meat. And now he is wearing that patch.
I guess.
Would you wear the patch?
No, absolutely not.
Do you think anybody in the squad would wear the patch?
I actually want to know. Some people are saying it's ridiculous. I want to know, would you guys wear this patch? Do you think it actually works?
Now, Tommy Fury the brother was Tyson Fury. Now, this is the second time that this family came up in our schmooze,
right?
Because he was a Hump Day story a few weeks ago about masturbating 7 times before his match.
Yeah,
this Fury family seems to be coming up a lot in our schmooze, right?
Yeah, so I definitely wouldn't try it.
Yes, and apparently they love meat in this family, right? You know, between the boxer and this guy, right? Now, Walmart, what is Rose Water Enhancer? And it's just in time. It's Rosé Water Enhancer. It's just in time for Valentine's Day. If you and your date enjoy rosé wine, this could be a life-changing product, Yo-Yo. The Superstore's brand, Walmart, great value, is now selling a rosé wine drink enhancer that can be used to turn your water into a delicious glass of wine.
Wow.
I can't think of anything worse, than that. The Instagram account at Candy Hunting discovered that Walmart is selling rosé wine drink enhancer flavor drops that'll fool you into thinking you're drinking booze, but you're not.
No, I want to feel the wine, though. If I'm not feeling it, I don't want to just taste alcohol. I want to feel the alcohol.
Of course.
What?
Of course.
You don't drink alcohol for the taste.
Now, another added that the enhancer could actually be turned into a real cocktail, saying it's amazing if you add a few drops of vodka.
Yeah, right. Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, why would you? I mean, if you want to change it into alcohol, add alcohol to it. Why would you add something that tastes like alcohol that doesn't? Nah,
that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird to me.
And finally, in the dumb criminal news of the day, Yonathan.
Oh, give it to me.
Spencer Boston has a message, and nothing was going to stop him from delivering it, this guy. According to Wilson County Sheriff Department, Lieutenant Scott Moore, Boston, he was 20 years old, was in court in Wilson County, Tennessee, facing a simple marijuana possession charge. But as he stood to face Judge Haywood Barry, he began to express his views on why weed should be legalized. And to amplify his point, he reached into his jacket, slipped out a single marijuana cigarette, lit it up in the courtroom, and took a few puffs before he was actually stopped by court security.
He's wilding.
Yes. Now, they detained Boston. They escorted him out of the courtroom. And apparently, he's still sitting in jail.
Yeah, obviously, but he looks happy.
But he's very happy. A happy-stilled guy.
Maybe he's on to something. Look how happy he is.
Maybe. All right, why don't you tell everybody what they need to do while I get ready to stretch my calves.
Yeah.
My quads.
Your quads for the squad.
For the squad.
All right, everybody. Now, everyone on Facebook, you already know what time it is. It is time to start your watch parties. All right, so it's very, very easy, especially if you guys are new here. We have a lot of new squaddies. So if you guys are new, all you have to do is click share. An option down will say host a watch party, and then you just click start. It's so simple. And what that does is it takes the video from our page and it puts it on your page. So you are the Brad Bernstein and you have a co-host, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, next to you. It could be your child, it could be your husband, your wife, your sister, your brother, whoever you want. But make sure they do it too. All right? I want to know if everybody is doing it. I only get like 3 confirmations.
Who's doing it?
Right. I only get like 3 confirmations. It's kind of foul.
Very foul.
Right? Because that's all we ask for. We don't ask for a lot. So all you guys, please start your watch parties on Facebook. All right, now everybody on YouTube, first things first, all I need you guys to do is subscribe. Click that little red rectangular button and then the little bell next to it. The bell gives you a notification anytime we go live. We are going live a different time on Thursday. It's going to be our special Valentine's episode that you don't want to miss, but you won't know unless you click that little bell and subscribe, all right? Now, everyone on Instagram, I want you guys to please share this video right now. If you're on an Instagram Live, share it to any of your friends and family. And also, last but not least, tomorrow we will be picking a winner for the free consultation with Brad. It's a $200 worth consultation. Go on Brad Show Live on Instagram. Click Brad Show Live. Find this picture right here. Make sure you follow the page, like this post, and then tag 5, 10, 15, 20, however many friends, but it has to be increments of 5. And then every 5 that you put in, you will get your name added to the drawing one more time. So make sure you guys do that right now. Tell all your friends and family. You should get, what I would do is if you know somebody that won't need it but has an Instagram account, I would also make them do it too, because just in case they get it, you could take it. You know what I mean?
Or sell it. You
Or
want
sell
go
it.
into business
Like-
selling Brad Bernstein's free consultation.
This is how you know I will never go broke, because I will find ways, all right? So you guys just start thinking about stuff, but get everybody to go to Brad Show Live, follow it, like that post, and tag your friends. All right. Now, I hope you guys are ready for the next segment, because this is where we are going to be getting answers to your immigration questions.
All right, we got Abe in Dallas, Texas. Abe, how are you?
I'm fine.
What's going on?
Hey, brother, how you doing?
Good. What's going on?
I filed in for adjustment of status 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And the following week, I received notification of receipt. And 2 weeks later, I got information from USCIS to go for my biometric on February 14th, which I did. And since then, I've not had anything from them.
February 14th of a year ago.
Sorry?
February 14th, 1 year ago.
Yeah, I went for biometric on February 14th, 2019.
2019,
That's
1 year ago. Right. And you have a work permit?
No, I've not received anything from them. I've not heard from them since then.
Did you apply for a work permit?
Yes, I applied.
Then something is obviously wrong. I don't know what it is, but obviously something has gone awry. Because you should have gotten a work permit, you should have got your advance parole, you should have gotten certainly at least your benefits. Whether or not you get an interview, could be a year or 2 years. But if you're not getting your work permit, advance parole, and you've applied for it, and it's a year later, then I would say something went awry. What went awry? I don't have the foggiest idea. But we can get to the bottom of it if you want to have a consultation. So hold on 1 second. Let's go to Voodoo in Wichita, Kansas. Voodoo.
Yes, this is Voodoo.
Yeah, what's up?
Yes, sir. I have a question. I have the U.S. citizenship yesterday. I passed the test.
Great.
But I have the criminal trespass on 2017. So the officer want me to turn all the file court for him to review it.
Right.
Yes, but I'm so worried about. Do you think is the criminal trespass can affect my approval?
Yes. Well, this was in Kansas. I don't know if it's a misdemeanor or a violation. In New York, criminal trespass is a violation. It's not even a crime, but it's certainly. So I don't believe it would be a deportable offense. But again, I don't know the Kansas Penal Code off the top of my head. But let me finish. Let me just finish. But it certainly affects good moral character. And if you have to prove good moral character, if there is an arrest, that can affect it. Now, one arrest over a period of a lifetime, does that make you a person of bad moral character? I wouldn't think so. I would think that one arrest over a lifetime, I would chalk that up to having a bad day. That's what I would argue before an immigration officer. So maybe somebody would say differently, assuming that the case was dismissed. But yes, when you ask, does it affect? Absolutely.
So, but I passed the test. So I just need to now. The only thing I need to do is
just because you pass a test that you know U.S. government and history doesn't mean that's it for citizenship. You got to also prove good moral character. What I would suggest, Voodoo, before you submit anything to immigration, is you speak to an immigration lawyer, whether you want to speak to me or somebody in Kansas, that's up to you. But speak to an immigration lawyer about this arrest, because the last thing you want to do is submit something to immigration and then turn around and you can, be in deportation. It doesn't sound like it, criminal trespass, but I don't know that. I don't know the Kansas penal code off the top of my head. So I would suggest speak to a lawyer first before. Don't ever submit documentation related to criminal offenses to immigration without going through a lawyer first.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
All right. So hold on one second. Let's go to Stacy in Carapolis, Pennsylvania.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Thank you for your show.
Thank you.
Good. I want to know my case. I got an RFIE for pay stub and a job letter to prove income from my husband.
Yes.
So my lawyer was saying that I should file my taxes and let's send in our tax papers to show the income.
Yes.
But do you think that would be sufficient, or should I still send the job letter and the pay stubs as well?
You send what they ask for, because if you don't send what they ask for, they'll use that as a reason to deny. If you want to send additional documentation on top of what they ask for, by all means do that.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much, Brad.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to Magdalena in Washington Heights, New York. Magdalena.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I have one question. My husband came to the United States with a student visa in 2015, and he applied for asylum. He was denied. Later on, we go and apply for I-130 and I-145, and we were denied.
Because he was denied because he applied for asylum, was probably ordered deported and didn't realize.
Yeah.
Right,
and,
so you got to reopen his deportation case first.
No. He didn't have the decision for the court already, so we are in the process still in the court.
Okay. So the reason why his adjustment was denied is because he's still in removal. He's got to get the I-130 approved first, and then ask a judge to adjust your status.
Yeah, but we went for I-130 interview. They denied us because they said we had some different answers.
Oh, well, that's a different story. You can't prove it's a bona fide marriage. You got a problem.
Yeah, so yes, it's like I think to refile I-130 again.
That sounds like a smart idea. No, refile it again and do a better job and be prepared better.
But my question is, I scared if we refile I-130, they go to deny us again because the previous interview?
No, you still have a right to prove it's a real marriage.
Yeah, of course.
All right, hold on. You need a good lawyer. Hold on. Let's go to Bilal in Hamilton, New Jersey. Bilal.
Hi. Brad, I have a question.
Yes.
I applied for I-751 form. It was an abusive marriage, so it almost like 2 years, and it crossed the 2 years. So I didn't anything come up from the USA. I said when I checked the status, it shows nothing on it. So when I called them, so they said your case is in Wawa unit. They have it. So even the Wawa unit, they are not answering the call. Is there any problem?
You have an why would an I-751 be in a VAWA unit?
Yeah, they said that your case is in VAWA unit.
Well, no. If you filed an I-751 to remove the conditions of your permanent residence?
Yes.
Yeah, it wouldn't be in a VAWA unit. It has nothing to do with VAWA. Even if you're claiming abuse, you're removing the conditions of your permanent residence. So it's 2 years. First of all, when you call immigration, you're speaking to an outside contractor, so I wouldn't take anything that they say seriously, where your application may be. What I would suggest you do, and this goes with a lot of people, all right? It's your life here. Your entire life is on the line of whether you get to live in America or not. And you're just filing papers and doing things and hoping for the best rather than having real professionals stand behind you and direct you into the right direction to make sure you get a green card. To me, your biggest problem is that you got nobody handling your case. That, to me, is your biggest problem. So hold on one second. Let's go to Rodney in Brooklyn. Rodney.
Hey, Brad, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, doing my tax this year, I'm filing for my wife, but she doesn't have a social. How should I do it?
File a W-7 with your 1040 return, and you can request a tax identification number for her.
Okay, so we'll have to, and then file it what, jointly?
Jointly, correct.
Although she's
So you're
not
going to
working?
do correct. You're going to do a 1040, a joint application,
Right.
and she doesn't have a social. You're going to attach a W-7 for her tax identification number.
Okay, all right, thank you.
You're welcome. Let's go to Sandy in San Diego, California. Sandy.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have a question. I filed a I-130 petition for my husband like 6 months ago, and he's in Nigeria. I understand that they've been placed on the ban list, but what can I do to help move the application forward? Is there something that can be done to help get him over here?
Yes, elect a Democrat and get Trump out of office. That would be number one.
Okay.
Number two is perhaps don't do anything with that application because the ban doesn't go into effect for about another 2 weeks. And my guess is that there will be a lawsuit and the judge will put an injunction on it. So hopefully, while that injunction is in place, the application will continue to process, and eventually you'll get a visa appointment before any court hearing or final court hearing is decided on that. That's the hope. The other option is if the ban does go into effect, the way I'm reading it right now, and we'll see how immigration handles it, but the way I'm reading the Nigerian ban right now is it's just for immigrant visas, which would be people applying for a green card at a U.S. embassy. It doesn't apply to adjustment of status here, and it doesn't apply to non-immigrant visas in another country. So perhaps, a K3 visa, perhaps you're already married, maybe some other type of non-immigrant visa. I don't know. And then get him here and then adjust. We got to figure it out. We got to see how it all plays out first.
Okay, and then my other question is, I know, can he come over on a visitor's, like a tourist visa?
If he has it, yeah, but I doubt they'll give it to him now.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you so much. Let's
much.
hang in there and see what happens over the next week or two, okay?
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Let's go to Kel in New York. Kel.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I have two questions.
Yeah.
One is that my son was getting his I-130 to my husband, and it seems he canceled that petition prior to him being
Your
approved.
husband canceled the petition?
It seems, because I never get a letter of approval or a receipt.
Well, did you speak to your husband? Did he do it or he didn't cancel it?
Well, we're not together anymore because then
So then
things
I guess he did cancel it then if you're not together.
Yes, because
do you have a green card?
No.
How are you going to deal with your immigration issue?
1 minute. I started the abusive.
All right.
spouse.
So then you would have to go through that abuse spouse application, and after you get approved, your son would be included on that, and then you'd have to transfer the file for him to follow the joint. That would be the process.
Do I have to do the counseling? I was told that I have to do the psychological evaluation. Do I still have to do it?
I have no idea anything about your case.
You
You have to prove abuse, but it sounds like your patient is calling you. So hold on. You got to prove abuse. Okay. I don't know what abuse is. Maybe the abuse is a medical record that he broke your arm. Maybe the abuse is just emotional inside. I have no idea. Okay? I mean, what you have to do is prove extreme emotional abuse or physical abuse. Do you have to do a psychological evaluation? Maybe. I don't know. Or were you psychologically, emotionally abused? I don't know. Let's go to MJ in Greensboro. MJ.
Yes, sir. It's an honor. Thank you very much. So I'm about to apply for my naturalization, and while I was doing the application, it asked me for the Selective Service number, but the problem is I haven't got one because I didn't even know that I have to apply for it.
Okay. How old are you?
I just turned 28.
Okay. All right. So it's too late for you to do it. If you knew you had to do it and you didn't do it, then you got a problem because that's not good moral character.
Okay, but I didn't know that I have to do it.
Okay.
And also,
now, generally, I'll just tell you what the general thing is. The Selective Service is generally, you're told about it in high school here in America. So when 17-year-old boy, you're in high school, they tell you, go apply for the Selective Service. Everybody has to do it. I don't even, now, if you come from after the age of 17, or you apply for an immigrant visa abroad and then come over here, they have you sign something that says you're supposed to do it, but, a lot of times you don't understand what you're signing. The first step is to go to the Selective Service website and ask them for evidence of whether or not the Selective Service sent you a letter to apply for the Selective Service. If they didn't, that would be good evidence, especially if you came from abroad and you were not legal in high school, that you didn't know that you had to do it. But that has to be your position. I didn't know I had to do it.
Okay, what if they did?
If they did, then you knew you had to do it. So then it's one of two things. Either one, you got the letter and you disregarded it and you threw it in the garbage. Then you got to wait 5 years after you can't file for your citizenship till you're 32, which would be 5 years after the age of 26. 6 years after 31. I can't add. 5 years after the age of 26 for good moral character. Or alternatively, I just had a client about 6 months ago who told me I didn't know about it. They mailed it to me. My mother saw it. My mother thought they were drafting me in the army and she didn't want me to go get killed in Afghanistan, so she threw it in the garbage. I have no idea what the facts are. All right?
So I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and some told me I can apply on the 29th. So my main question is, can I apply right now or not on the 28th? Is there any way
my
to
answer
apply?
to you is get a good lawyer and figure out what you knew and what you didn't know, and then figure it out from there. You need 3 years good moral character marriage to a U.S. citizen. So yeah, it would be 29, not 31, if you had a bona fide marriage at 29.
So if I got a lawyer, you think there is a way to apply for the naturalization?
Magic 8 Ball. Can this man apply for his naturalization? It says I don't have the foggiest idea. What I'm telling you is get a lawyer. The only one who knows the facts is you, MJ. Did you know to apply for the Selective Service? If the answer is yes, a lawyer can't lie for you. If the answer is no, then the lawyer has to prove it. So who knows whether you knew to apply for the Selective Service other than MJ? So why would you ask me?
Okay, I didn't know, so I'm good with that.
So then good, hold on. Driving me crazy. How would I know?
Oh, man.
All right. Alam in Brooklyn, New York.
Hi.
How are you?
Mr. Brett, I'm fine, thanks. I have a question. Actually, I win my asylum in 2016. So after 1 year, I applied for adjustment of status.
Right.
So after I applied, it's been almost 31 months. So I called USCIS and they told me, it's not outside of normal processing time.
Where are you from?
Then they sent. I'm from Bangladesh.
Yeah, well, Bangladesh,
and
all the Muslim countries, they give a long, long time. Now you have two choices. You can just wait it out, or you can file a mandamus.
Yeah, hold on. So they wrote me a letter. They told me my background check is not complete yet. So once it's incomplete, they cannot move forward to my case.
So that's why you file a mandamus.
My question is, in this case, can I do the mandamus?
Yes. Hold on. The answer is yes. Let's go to James in Atlanta, Georgia. James.
Hello, good night.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
What's
Thanks
going on?
for taking my call.
My pleasure.
I have a quick question or a concern. I recently got my adjustment of status interview through marriage, but I'm in Georgia and it's way in Alabama, so I'm wondering if that's normal.
You're in Georgia, but your interview is in Alabama?
Yes.
I don't know how close you are to Alabama.
I think it's like 138 kilometers or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. It's possible that's the jurisdiction. I mean, I don't know, the geography of Alabama and Georgia and where you are, but it's possible. Go to that interview.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay, yeah. Because the answer is this. Immigration's federal, so just because you live in Georgia doesn't mean you have to go to the immigration service in Georgia.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. All right. Thank you, and
You're
keep
welcome.
up the good work.
Thank you. All right, let's go to Dave in the Bronx. Dave.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Fine. Got a question. I just got married like 3 months ago, right? And then I found out that my wife, she came over here like under somebody else's name.
Right.
Could that be remedied? Could that be fixed?
Yeah, with a waiver. She made a misrepresentation. You need a waiver.
I need a waiver.
Yeah. You have to show extreme and unusual hardship to yourself. Your wife lied to the government. She said her name was Mary when it was Jane or whatever name she used. So you got to show extreme and unusual hardship to yourself that you would suffer a hardship if your wife didn't get a green card. So the answer is there's a remedy, but there's no guarantee the remedy works, but hopefully you have a good waiver.
Oh, I have to show hardship.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Right.
Okay, cool.
All right,
Thank you.
All right. Let's go to Aquila in Northridge, California. Aquila.
Hey, Brad. Thanks for picking up the call.
Yeah.
The question I have is, I'm married to a U.S. citizen, and I have this interview scheduled up on this March 4th. I'm married to her for like 2 years now. Right. I have all the utility bills, tax documents, everything, right? So the only problem I have is she doesn't have she's a naturalized citizen, but she has her passport, but she doesn't have the naturalized certification with her right now. Can we just take the passport to the interview?
U.S. passport is evidence that she's a citizen. That's perfectly fine.
That's perfect. The other thing is, even though I have those documents, the bank statement and everything, I don't have much of the picture because we both don't take pictures like that, I have like 20, 30 pictures. You think that would be enough for some people?
Well, 20, 30 pictures is better than 10. Better than 5. Okay. You bring what you bring. I mean, there's nothing, no law that says, oh my God, 30 pictures, you're denied. It's the totality of everything. All right?
Right. Okay. That's all I want to know.
If you live together, you'll prove it. Don't worry about it.
Right. All right. Thank you.
All right. All right. Let's go to Abidin in Houston, Texas.
Hello, Uncle Brad.
How are you
today?
Good. What's going on?
I'm good. I have 2 questions, Uncle Brad.
Yes.
So,
funny, Uncle Brad,
I love that.
Yeah, it's funny. It makes me laugh now. Yeah. All right, Abadan. Yes. Go ahead.
So I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
I have 3 boys. I'm a U.S. citizen, so I filed for them to get an American passport.
Yes.
So 2 of them got it.
Right.
One I did not file for because he had petty theft crime, and so
how old is he? How old is he?
He's 17. 19.
Okay, but he had a green card before he was 18.
Yes.
He was living with you before 18.
Yes, that's correct.
And you were a citizen before he was 18.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, apply for his U.S. passport, too. They don't fingerprint him. He's an automatic U.S. citizen. Don't worry about whatever offense he has.
Oh, okay.
All right.
All right. And then the 2 that's already gotten their American passport, how do I go about getting their...
You have to file an N-600 for a certificate of citizenship.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, but go ahead with the older one, too, because I'm glad he's not a mass murderer, but he could be a mass murderer. He's still a U.S. citizen.
All right.
All right?
Thank you so much.
Okay. Be well.
Thank you much.
All right. So, in today's Spar and Bernstein Close-Up Yo-Yo, litigation attorney David Moreno tells us his family's immigration story. Let's watch.
I'm
of Puerto Rican, Antillean, and Guyanese descent. My father came here from Puerto Rico when he was a teenager, played baseball. While Puerto Rico is part of the United States, the cultural differences, the language barrier, his story was not unlike most first-generation immigrants immigrating to New York City in the early 80s. My dad, was the first person in his family to go to school here, and I've heard plenty of stories from him about how difficult it was to assimilate to, life in New York City versus coming from what they call a campo, the farm town in Puerto Rico, where they rode horses, they didn't wear shoes, much different life there. My mom is of a multicultural background, West Indian, Guyanese, and Antillean. She was born here in New York, but my grandmother emigrated from the island of Curacao, which is a very, very small country in the South Caribbean, about 10 miles off the coast of Venezuela, part of the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. They're a Dutch country, so as a result, my mom speaks Dutch, Spanish, Portuguese, and the national language is Papiamento. My grandma came here with her sister, and in the 1930s, and as a black woman was able to graduate from Columbia School of Nursing and ultimately became the first ever woman of color to be a head nurse at Harlem Hospital. Her immigration story to me is just one of, the American dream. She had 10 siblings, her parents weren't here at the time, and they came over one by one to where they all, eventually made it here and became property owners and went on to raise their families here. Knowing the background of my parents, my grandparents, the sacrifices that, the people before them made for them to be in the positions that they were in, and the sacrifices that they made for me to be in my position, most notably how difficult it was for my grandma, being a woman of color, who had the wit, the brains, and the grades to back it up, to be admitted to medical school, to be told in the 1940s that, she could only be a nurse, which is an amazing profession, but it's a little bit of a letdown when your goal is to be a doctor. Knowing that she wasn't able to reach her full potential, that's always been an underlying motivation for me. One quote that I live by, and it's been hallmarked by Kobe Bryant, is to outwork your potential. And something that my grandma would say, being a Caribbean grandmother, is don't let the sun beat you up, right? And when you think about that quote just in its most basic sense is, wake up early. But what that really tells me is that, you should really be working while everybody else is sleeping. And that's the mentality that she had when she came to this country. And for me, I've always been trying to live up to the example that my grandmother set, my mother, as well as others.
All right, and by the way, you can follow me on Instagram at @RealBradBernstein. So if you didn't get an opportunity to ask your question or get to speak to me in our call section, and you don't get an opportunity to drop your question in our social media check-in, which will happen in a few minutes, you can always follow me on @RealBradBernstein on Instagram. That is my social media of choice. That's usually where you find me. You can drop me a DM if I know who you are. I see you're part of the Brad Squad. I'll try to help you. Now, I am aware I have not answered my questions in the last 24 hours. I've been very busy. But I promise you I will get to everybody. There's about 10, 12 questions I'm backed up there on right now, but I will get to you. So if you do follow me, I'm more likely to answer your question if you like a couple of my pictures. Makes me feel good.
Nice. Yeah.
And we also are on @Bradshaw Live. We're live on Bradshaw Live right now on Instagram, and we are running a promotion or a contest. If you follow @Bradshaw Live on Instagram and you like our post that gives the free consultation for $200 value, absolutely free by me. I'm having trouble talking at this very moment. I don't know why. And you tag 5 of your friends. We will put you in our machine.
Yes.
And we will give you an opportunity to win a free consultation with me.
Absolutely.
And Yo-Yo?
And you guys can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV.
All right. So, if you have made over $400 this past year, we get this all the time.
Right.
Okay. People think you don't have to file a tax return if you don't owe taxes.
It's not
That
true.
is not true. Just because you don't owe taxes doesn't mean you don't have to file a tax return. If you made more than $400 in the year 2019, you have to file a tax return.
Yes.
That doesn't mean you will pay taxes, but you do have to file a tax return. And you have to file taxes whether you are undocumented, whether you're illegal, whether you're a citizen. So individuals without a Social Security number can still file their taxes with an individual taxpayer identification number, also known as an ITIN. We even answered that question in one of my calls. I said, file a W-7 and attach it to your 1040 return. Now, breaking down what the taxpayer identification number is for us is our very own Spar and Bernstein tax attorney, Carmela Walrond, in another edition of Carmela Cuts Your Taxes. It's a new year, which means tax season is right around the corner. Most people cringe when they think about tax season, but if you're prepared with the correct guidance, there's no reason to fear. With me to break down what an individual tax identification number is, in lieu of a Social Security number, is our one and only Carmela Walrond here of Spar and Bernstein in another edition of Cutting Your Taxes with Carmela. Let's talk about what exactly is the ITIN number.
The ITIN number stands for Individual Taxpayer Identification Number. It's a number that you use to file your taxes.
Why is that helpful?
It's helpful because if you file an ITIN, you tell the IRS that you're making money and you're paying taxes, which also can help with your immigration case.
And you would get an ITIN number under what circumstances?
If you work, if you earn cash income in the United States.
When that's regardless of whether you're in legal status, you're not in legal status, whether you violated immigration law or not, if you work, you got to pay a tax return, and if you don't have a social, this is the way to do it, right?
Yes, and another benefit by having an ITIN, you could also open a bank account as well with that.
Wow. Would any bank take an ITIN number?
Correct.
If an undocumented person pays taxes, what are they going to say to their employer?
You don't even have to identify who your employer is on the tax return. You're just reporting the cash income on your tax return.
So if you're getting paid under the table, for example, off the books as an independent contractor, however you want to phrase it, and you apply for this tax identification number and you file your tax return, who's getting in trouble? Is the employer getting in trouble?
No.
Is the person who's working out of status getting in trouble?
No.
Why is that?
Because you're reporting the income that you earned, which you're required under the tax law if you make more than $400, if you're self-employed. And also, if you have an ITIN, you could also give that ITIN to your employer.
And let me say this, just from an immigration standpoint, I can assure you that the IRS is not contacting the Department of Homeland Security to tell the Department of Homeland Security, go get this person, they have an ITIN number. Why? Because your taxes are private. We can't even see Donald Trump's taxes, let alone your taxes. Now, how does somebody get an ITIN number?
There are several ways you could get an ITIN number. You just need a current passport. And also you may need other identification number because you have to establish foreign identity. Because some of my clients, they don't have a passport, so I just need a birth certificate, a foreign identification. You can also apply ITINs for your spouse and for your children. And actually you can save money in taxes because you're put in a different filing status. So for example, I apply for an ITIN for a wife. If someone else has a Social Security number, they file married filing jointly. So you save more money in taxes. Also, you could claim your children or dependents and save money in taxes as well. So I just want to make that clear that you could file for an ITIN for your spouse and your children.
Now, tell me about a client who had a problem filing their taxes. You got them this tax identification number, and once you were able to get them this tax identification number and they filed their taxes, they had this big tax debt. Tell me what you did, because a lot of people are saying, all right, I'll file my taxes, but since my employer never withheld any money from me and I'm going to declare $30,000, $40,000, whatever I earned, I'm going to owe half of it if you're a New York City resident, or a third or 40%, whatever that tax bracket is. You know, where am I going to come up with $10,000, $15,000 to pay taxes? What do you do for these people?
Sure. I had a client of mine that was a housekeeper, and she applied for an ITIN. I filed 5 years of taxes for her. She owed about, I would say, $20,000 in taxes, and I got a settlement for her for $100.
$20,000?
Yes.
And you turn that into $100?
Yes. But this case, she had no assets. She just reported the cash income that she received.
I am telling you, Carmela's making tax sexy when I hear that stuff. Nobody makes tax sexier when you have a $20,000 tax bill, Carmela. And then Carmela calls you up and says, by the way, just give me $100 and you're done.
Yeah.
All right. And this person only had a tax identification number. They had no Social Security number.
Correct.
And you were still able.
Yes.
Amazing job.
Thank you.
Bravo, bravo, Bravo.
Yes.
Thanks again for coming on.
Thank you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. Make it tax sexy, that Carmela Walrond,
I love Carmela.
Yo-Yo loves Carmela.
Man,
Did she make tax sexy for you?
She does, yes.
She made tax sexy for
you? Carmela always makes tax sexy to me. Yes.
We should have her on for Hump Day.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
I can't.
You imagine?
She would be embarrassed. I don't think Carmela would be down for all that.
She would, because she's so conservative.
Yeah. But like man, when I tell you she hooks me up, like I always be like, thank you. Like, just do it for me. And she does it. Yeah.
All right. So, by the way, the polls have just closed in New Hampshire.
Oh.
And let's see who the New York Times is saying is right now, with the polls closed, and only 29% of the precincts, 1% of the precincts reporting. Only 1% of the precincts reporting. But there's going to be an update in the New York Times in 4 seconds, so let's see what it is.
Okay.
They're checking for an update in 4, 3, 2, 1. Nothing new.
Okay.
Amy Klobuchar is still in the lead. Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, followed by Andrew Yang, and then Pete Buttigieg.
Wow.
All right, let's do something we like to call social media check.
All right, y'all. Our first one comes from Dana Love saying, I went to my citizenship interview yesterday. I passed the civics test, but the decision cannot be made on my application. The officer said I have to wait for the letter in the mail next week. Does that mean I got denied? He went to my folder and asked about my previous ex-husband, and he made a statement, and I signed it. Please give me hope.
Magic 8 Ball. This is a Magic 8 Ball question.
Yeah.
Did this woman get denied?
Right.
Did she get her citizenship?
You need a lawyer for that one.
What's her name?
Dana Love.
Dana Love.
Dana Love.
Dana Love. Show some love to Dana, Magic 8 Ball. Signs point to yes. That she became a citizen. That's what Magic 8 Ball said.
All right.
Magic 8 Ball knows more than me. I have no idea what's going to happen on your citizenship. We got to find out.
Okay. Abdul is saying, I just want to confirm, does cash advance or speedy cash loans and unemployment benefits apply to the new public charge rules?
Unemployment benefits do not. I don't know what cash advance is, but I don't believe.
I think it's like when you get cash in advance and you have to pay it back.
I guess in advance of your salary. That's just a private loan you're getting. That has nothing to do with public charge.
All right. Sandra Martin saying, my friend's husband is a citizen, but however she's on a workers' comp now and qualifies for Medicaid. Is it possible he can still file for his mother with the new public charge?
Well, if he's on Medicaid, it's a problem. If he qualifies and doesn't get Medicaid, then it's a different story.
All right. Jose K saying, do dismissed cases count for green card applications?
Dismissed cases affect moral character, but it doesn't make you inadmissible. So those are two different situations.
Okay. Lee Thong saying, my CPA made mistakes on my tax return, and I'm wondering if that...
Fix it.
Okay. Is that going to affect me when I apply for naturalization in 2021?
Yes. Fix it, and then it doesn't affect you anymore.
Better holla at Carmela. Sparta Boss saying, me and my wife live in Florida, but my daughter is living in New York with my cousin. Can my wife file for my daughter even if she doesn't live with us? I'm a green card holder and my wife is a citizen.
Yes.
Hardy Green saying, if you've not filed for your kids that are in the USA with you and you want to adjust their status, will that ban on Nigeria affect them?
Adjusting status. This is how I'm reading it right now.
Okay.
I reserve my right to change my mind and see how it's going to be put into effect. But after meeting with my attorneys and rereading it 2 or 3 times, what we have determined is it just says the word immigrant visa. Immigrant visa means processing at another country, having a visa, getting a visa at the U.S. Embassy for an immigrant to come to the United States, and when you enter, you get a green card. That's not adjustment of status. Adjustment of status is something different. So it applies to consular processing in Nigeria. It does not apply to Nigerians applying for adjustment here. That's how I read it.
Okay, Cardo Simmons saying, hey, Brad, my interview for the I-751 is next month. I'm divorced. While I was married, she did not put nothing in my name. What's the chance of getting my 10 years, or don't go to the interview?
Go to the interview. You got to process through. You got to prove it was a real marriage. I don't know. You don't have anything in your name. That's a couple strikes against you, but that doesn't mean you can't prove it's a good marriage.
Marissa Brown saying, good evening, Brad. My husband petitioned for my daughter November 2018 on a separate I-130. How soon will I hear about her case? I got my green card December 2019. My daughter's in Jamaica.
Hopefully it's 18 months or so start to finish. I don't know how far you are into it.
Najia saying, I sponsored my brothers in September 2019. How long to take the approval letter, and how many years processing time for Pakistanis and priority date start processing time?
The question is what? What's the processing time for Pakistan?
Yeah, and
who sponsored who?
She sponsored her brothers 2019. So they want to know how long will it get. How long to get the approval letter and how many years of processing
For the
time.
brothers from Pakistan from 2019, you're waiting over a decade.
Ooh, all right. Tolu saying, I was scheduled for my oath ceremony for the citizenship. I was descheduled December 6, 2019. It's more than 60 days. They never scheduled for another date. Please, do you know what's really going on? Because I'm concerned now.
I do not know what's going on, but you could always come see us and we can figure it out.
Mukhtar saying, proof you've... Okay, is that your every... Okay, sorry, because now I'm reading it. It wasn't a question. All right, Baliabe saying, I want to travel, but my passport is expired and just to be in my country for 2 weeks and won't be able to get a new passport on time. Can I get an expedited travel document, and how much will it be?
You need a passport to travel. Travel document or no, you need a passport.
Okay. Daniel saying, NVC asked me to submit an I-864W for my children's 5 and 6, though I did submit the AOS because I became a citizen after I filed the I-130 for both. Is it possible? Please explain.
Yes, because basically, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're filing for adjustment for your children, as soon as they get their green card, they become automatic U.S. citizens. So the I-864W is the waiver for the affidavit of support.
Okay. Ken Kibet saying, how long does it take to get a work permit through VAWA?
You have to wait for the VAWA case to be approved, which is 24 months, unless you file an adjustment, and then you're talking about 5-6 months.
All right, Yolanda Parkinson saying, can you help me replace my naturalization certificate faster than the long waiting period? I lost it and need to travel.
No, I cannot.
Okay. Georgian saying, hey, Brad, I'm living in Jamaica.
But by the way, I can help you try to get a passport.
Oh.
That's what you need to travel with, not your naturalization certificate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm living in Jamaica. My question is, my mother was filing for myself and siblings. She passed 9 years ago. Can one of my brothers continue the filing, or will he have to start over? I have 3 brothers over there.
You can have a close family member substitute in based on a humanitarian waiver.
All right, Kada saying, Kadkaina saying, my name is, I guess my name is Dipti. I'm F1 visa, applied EB3, 10, so October 2019, Nepal. Received the EAD approval notice yesterday. I live in Texas. My employer is asking me to start working in North Dakota. Should I leave college and move to North Dakota, or wait and maintain the F1 until I get the green card? What happens if I leave the F1 and start working and denied green card?
Well, you could, if you're married, you and your spouse can move wherever you want. You don't need to be on the student visa anymore. So go for your job as long as you and your spouse are together. You shouldn't be denied your green card.
K. Marshall saying, I received my green card. My husband filed separate I-130 for my kids in the Caribbean. What's the next step, and what's the next step now that I'm approved?
Still processed for the kids. You got to process the I-130, go through the National Visa Center, the affidavits of support. I'm not sure where you're at.
Okay, Mukhtar is saying, if your VAWA is approved and you didn't get a notice of interview from USCIS for pending I-485 and not updated online, just saw a denial letter saying you failed to appear for your interview, what's your best option to go forward? Can you still renew?
Refile a new adjustment. You obviously didn't get the notice for your adjustment interview. You didn't show up. They denied you. It's much quicker and faster to refile a new adjustment than it is to try to do a motion to reopen and say, I never got it, and argue back and forth whether they mailed it to the right address or not.
Garnett saying, I'm an LPR and I filed the I-130 for my son January 2019, and now it's February 2020. I only received the receipt in January last year. Now, is the file overdue for a response?
If it's more than 12 months, yes.
All right, Layla saying, I'm confused why most lawyers ask the petitions to apply before February 14th. Is the public charge won't affect them during NVC or at the interview if their application receives before February 14th?
It's 24th, and it's adjustment before February 24th. then you're going to fall under the old laws. If you're processing for an immigrant visa in another country, it doesn't matter when you file, because after February 24th, new laws.
All right, Nina Slavcheva. I've been waiting for more than 5 months for IO to make a decision on my case after the 485 interview. What are my options to make them act?
You can harass them, you can write them, you can file a mandamus.
Robert Lynn saying, can my mom get a sponsor to her employer for our petition because her income isn't enough to support us?
Sure.
Okay, and last one for right now, Sandy saying, when applying for I-130 for your stepchildren, do you pay one fee for a family or per child?
Per child.
Cool.
So in honor of New York Fashion Week, which is this week, it's going on right now, we're doing a throwback Tuesday to last year when I met haute couture designer Odalis Marino, who was in town from Tampa, Florida for her Olympus Collection fashion show. Now, Odalis is originally from Cuba, and besides her beautiful designs, she also has an incredible American dream success story. Let's watch. Hey, Brad Squad. It is Fashion Week in New York City, and I'm in this fancy suite at the Palace Hotel, and we're about to meet Odalis Moreno. She is from Cuba, and she's doing her first fashion show in New York ever. Welcome, and thanks for coming on. How long have you been a fashion designer?
For 3 years, I coming from the fashion designers. I present couples different collection in Miami Fashion Week for the last year, and I have the honor receive a couple invitation for coming to different fashion shows.
What did you do before this?
Economics from the university, from the heart. Designer. When I see the people love it, what I doing, I say, okay, I am in the right place. I want to continue with designer. I open my own boutique in Tampa, where I continue doing this, and that is the result today.
But that's your only boutique in the entire world?
Yes, I only have one boutique, Norris Boutique, because it's my mother name. She's my inspiration.
You used your economics background to actually open up a business and know how to run a business, and you're using all your abilities that you learned as a child in Cuba in sewing and fashion, and you've put this all together.
I wanted other business, different completely, about numbers, now about making the lady more beautiful, more elegant.
Were you ever scared you were not going to be successful, or were you always 100% positive that in 3 years you would make it to New York Fashion Week?
Sometimes you feel a little scared, but honestly, I'm very positive person. When you put your heart in what you doing, you know you go successful. I coming from Cuba, immigrant to this country. I don't have a penny in my package. I have twins, each of my son in my hand. Working hard, giving college for my 2 sons, single mother. When you put your heart in that you do it, believe me, you know.
You talked about immigrating from Cuba. How old were you when you came here?
When I come in this country, I have a 36-year-old. Everyone refugee from Cuba, because honestly, I wanted my sons grow out, be freedom. That is the only you thinking in this moment. Go looking for freedom, looking for better life, looking for something good for your sons. It's the really I come in this country.
You came here at 36. Tell me about what your life was like. You talk about freedoms.
My life in Cuba, I love it. I have the opportunity to grow up with very good parents, very good family. When coming bigger, the life change. Because in Cuba, you don't have freedom for nothing. You have to say what the government wants, you do it.
Let's talk about your children's success. Did your dreams of your children having an opportunity come true?
One of my children is the general manager for Toyota in Tampa, and the other have the own business medical equipment correct edge. My dreaming coming true through my sons.
What did you do when you came to America?
The Catholic Church helped me with my sons for the 3 months. I have 3 different jobs, working in the morning in the medical office for part-time accounting, In the afternoon, I working in the beauty salon. Sometime in the nights, I cleaning. And my son a student and working.
Tell me what's involved in getting invited to New York Fashion Week.
The regular process for any designer is putting application and putting a lot of money out the package. That is not my case. Have the guys from the New York Fashion Week. He go to Florida Fashion Week. He see me one night. He invited me. He say that I want to see you in the next New York Fashion Week. I have invitation for London Fashion Week, for Milan in June. I have invitation in March to Bahama. I have too many invitation. Everything that I do it, I like to do it step to step.
And you're an overnight success. Really, in the fashion world, this doesn't really happen in 3 years. How does it feel to you?
I feel very nervous. It's unbelievable.
Tell us about these individual pieces that we're going to be seeing.
I have my inspiration from my vacations in Greece. When I visited Acropolis, my mind fly. Each dress, I have the inspiration in different goddesses. I buy the crowns, they use the Greece lady. The hairpiece is from Greece. I buy a lot material, 100% silk, 100% cotton, a lot chantilly. I have the ladies from the academia help me sew. In this collection, the predominant color is white and gold. The collection is Olympus, Greek collection. But in general, I feel for elegant dress. I make leggings too, because I don't want a discrimination any lady. I want each lady feel a queen.
Do you design for men as well?
I design for men casual, elegant shorts for Florida and blazers. I design for everyone.
Obviously, the high couture is very expensive. What price points are we looking at for different items?
This dress no have a price. The dresses for high couture, sometimes one dress 3 months, one lady sew, pitch a hand. But in my store, the regular price started in $45 and depend the price.
What are your expectations of what's going to happen with your career, your store, your fashion label after today?
I expect something very successful. I'm very sure each lady pick one. Each lady saw the collection say, that is me. That dress is for me.
Your first fashions that you were designing were Mommy and Me. Tell us a little bit about that.
Mommy and Me started for my mother. I make the same dress, the same, for the mother and the little. From the lady 1 year old to 12 years old. These look fabulous. Everybody go to the store, crazy requests for these dresses. People love my collection.
So I understand you did a fashion show in Miami that you were inspired by something other than architecture. You were inspired by something else beautiful, old masters in art.
When I visited France, Italy, I have an inspiration in big masterpiece. I have one collection, the name is Art and Fashion. That collection is high couture. The masterpiece painting I'm put in the dress.
So you could have been wearing the Mona Lisa, for example.
I have it.
Oh, you do?
Yes, it's big. It's the Mona Lisa dress, and have a other black dress with the Mona Lisa cape. I have the honor. The clothes, the fashion week with this collection.
You just mentioned to me that this is one of your creations that you're wearing right here. Wow, it looks beautiful.
This fancy jacket. Everybody they say, oh my God, I want this designer, I want you to make it for me. This have a big history. My mother, with a large currency for materials in Cuba for creating my clothing, she used the potato, the bag for potatoes. When I go to Cuba, I bring piece, the potato bag from Cuba, I use in my jacket.
Potato sack.
Potato, but this is still 100%.
Right, and then you have that love.
Okay. This heart, only the heart. I put it love here because in the back, you have the other heart for my heart. My mother is another dimension, and that is my half the heart and the other half for her. That is the inspiration. I use material for what she used for me. Show you the love and respect for my mom.
Do you feel that you have reached your American dream? Do you still feel that there's more to achieve?
I say when you come into the big country, saying is God bless America, I say every day with respect, education, working, sacrifice, perseverance. Believe me, you coming very successful because that is the I feel for myself. Look at me today here, New York Fashion Week. One lady que coming 23 years ago with 2 keys in the hand, 0 penny in my package. You don't have clue what I live here with my sons. I don't want to remember this moment. When you thinking really you dream, believe me, this country is the big country in the world. Respect.
Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Appreciated your time, appreciated your interview because the dreaming for the immigrants coming through in United States.
All right, it's speed round time.
Yeah.
How many minutes? How many minutes?
10
are we
and
gonna do?
10.
10 questions in 1
1
minute and 10 seconds.
We've been doing really well.
So basically, we have 10 seconds for you to ask a question, for me to answer it. Plus, we give ourselves an extra 10 seconds in case we screw up.
Absolutely.
That's basically it.
That's essentially.
That's essentially what we're going to do. All right, 1 minute and 10 seconds, 10 questions. Go.
Can grandfather file for his grandson? Both parents are dead. He's 21.
No.
What to do if I don't my DS-19 for my J1 visa? Should I stay apply for a green card?
If you have a 2-year home residence requirement, you got to remove that first.
U.S. citizen petitioner who received Medicaid due to low income 2 years, is he admissible to U.S.?
U.S. citizen can always come to the United States.
Okay. U.S. citizen petitioner.
Oh, under the new laws, yes.
I filed an AOS package and only got a biometric for I-485 and 765, not the I-31. What does this mean?
It means that something got lost in the mail.
If you receive food stamps, can you petition for your spouse who lives in the USA?
Not anymore.
My friend married this month. Can she file tax returns with her husband?
Yes.
I got my...
no, this month, no, but you file for next year.
Okay, I got my IRS debt through bankruptcy and also pending N-400. Is this discharge help me in the N-400?
Yes.
Can a green card holder file for a fiancé visa for her fiancé in Jamaica?
Yes.
How long?
No, green card holder, no fiancé visa.
How long will it take for I-130 to approve outside the U.S.?
Over 12 months if it's in a marriage.
When petition approved, how long does it take?
Petition. I actually answered some of the questions wrong, so I was upset.
Oh, snap.
All right, so let's go back quickly. I want to make sure I got them right because I was trying to answer fast and it was. All right, so this was a terrible. Let's make sure we got it right.
Even if we passed, then it wouldn't have
it wouldn't have been right. So that's
All
why
right.
I'm like, oh, we screwed up. Go through the questions. I'll tell you which ones I got wrong.
Can a grandfather...
No, grandfather can't. Next one.
What to do if I don't do my DS-19 for a J1 visa? Should I stay apply for a
if
green
you're
card?
married to a U.S. citizen, yes, but you may need a 2-year home residence requirement.
U.S. citizen petitioner who receives Medicaid due to low income 2 years. Is he admissible?
Yeah, I mean
to US?
that's a trick question. I mean, under the new laws, there's a plus and this is where I was like, you can't really answer it yes or no. Because under the new laws, you have positive and negative.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a major negative, but maybe you have major positives as well, too.
Right.
Okay, what else? So I said no, but there's really a caveat to it.
Right. Okay. I filed an AOS package and only got the biometric for a 485 and 765 and not the I-131. What does it mean?
You don't need a biometric for the I-131. You already did it for the I-765 and I-45.
Okay. If you receive food stamps, can you petition for your spouse who lives in the USA?
Again, it depends on, that's a major negative. And I said no, but there's a caveat because get off the food stamps, but it depends on how long you're on food stamps and what your other financial situation is. So it's not as easy as yes or no.
Right. Okay. My friend married in this month. Can she file tax returns with her husband?
I said yes, but it's really you file a joint tax return next year at the end of in 2021 for 2020.
All right. I got my IRS debt through bankruptcy.
You don't get your IRS debt through bankruptcy. You can maybe do what Carmela does is that try to negotiate your debt down, but your IRS debt does not get eliminated through bankruptcy. Your other debt does. So bankruptcy has no effect on citizenship.
Okay. Can a green card holder file a fiancé visa for her fiancé?
Yeah, and I said yes, and it's really no.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got it all wrong after I said it. I was just so anxious to I was looking at the numbers. I got it all wrong today.
Oh,
you
man.
can't file a fiancé visa as a green card holder. You have to be a U.S. citizen.
All right.
All right, so it was all. I deserve to get blown up today. It was terrible.
Yeah,
terrible
that was
job.
Pretty bad.
I throw my pen at the camera.
That was bad.
Yeah, that
Brad.
was terrible. Terrible.
So surprised.
But at least I'm honest, right?
Yeah,
after I did it, I knew it was all wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's do comments of the day, Yo-Yo.
All right, Brad Squad, our first comment of the day comes from Mukhtar Darami saying, proof you've been so good at this is that you've grasped every different accent from all over the world. As long as your audible, Brad, is available to answer your questions.
That is very true.
Yeah, you guess where people are from when they start talking.
Yeah.
And you're pretty right.
Yeah.
You're usually right. All right, our second comment of the day comes from Lisa Bling Rose saying, for my Valentine's, I'm going to watch Uncle Brad's show with my Uncle Brad mug and Uncle Brad t-shirt on.
Wow.
I like that.
Whoa, I like
Whoa.
that. Now, don't forget, we're having an early Valentine's Day, 12 noon New York time,
On
Eastern Coast
Thursday.
time, 9 o'clock California time.
The day before Valentine's.
That's right. We're doing our last Valentine's. Right,
Yes.
we're not having a Valentine's. It'll be the 13th.
We're allowing you guys to spend Valentine's
With your true Valentine. Correct.
And if it's yourself, that's still your true Valentine.
Correct.
All right. Number 3 comes from Jasmine Caballero. Uncle Brad, you have my evenings locked.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I like that.
Nothing else.
I like
Nothing else matters.
I like that. Thank you.
Yeah. Fix that. Fix
yeah.
that shut up.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Locked.
Yeah, locked.
Yeah.
Locked and loaded. All right. Our last comment of the day comes from Donald Hopkins saying, happy Valentine's Day to all the females on Brad Squad show, especially my love, Tali Tali. This is our first Valentine's Day, but we cannot be together. Hopefully next year we will.
I knew it!
Wow.
It was Tali Tali, not
It was
29
20
Super C.
Whoa.
I think 29 Super C is his brother or something, right?
Oh.
I always kept saying there's something going, but 29 Super C is like a relative.
Love in the air.
Exciting and new.
Yeah.
Come aboard. It's a Love Boat. All right.
That was good.
See you tomorrow, Hump Day. And I think
Nesquik will be here.
See you all. Take care. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. are you doing?